Hey, how y'all doing? Well, I'm here to discuss all that's going on with Latasha, or they call her Latasha. Well, because I meant to try to get all this done yesterday, then I had a family emergency and I couldn't do it. So I said, I got to get on here and talk about this because Xscape is one of my favorite groups. Honey, I got my whole life when I went and saw them this past August, and I really enjoyed it. It was Xscape, SWV. I went to Detroit and saw them. Got my whole life. It was a very good show. Whole life we seen was it Maya. We didn't get in there too late, so I didn't see. I think I saw the ending of Total, and anybody before that we missed. But it was a good show, very good show. You know, I would have loved to seen all four of them, but the three, they kept it on and popping. It was a good daggone show, honey. I was up singing my tail off. You hear me? I was singing my heart out because I play Off the Hook almost every time. It's on my playlist, but that's one of the what I want to say, one album or whatever you want to call it. I play all the time. Remind me of a good time, a happy time in my life. Remind me of being in my young 20s. I was about 24, I think, when Off the Hook came out. And enjoying life, young, slim, fine, newly married. But yes, I loved it. So I said, we're going to talk about how we got here. And how we got here with Latasha. Now, you know, it was about 2 years ago. I hope StreamYard is not messing up. I see my little, I don't know, because my Wi-Fi works good here, so I don't know, but it seems like it may be having some issues. God, but my glasses ain't working good. Well, anyways, how we got here is with the, what's it called? The SWV Xscape Queens of R&B or something like that. You know, that came out, was it 2023? Excuse me. That came out in 2023. And I had to get my lenses done. Excuse me. I don't know. It seems like all of the ones I get with the transition on these are only readers. But ever since I look, got 40 plus, I can't see good, especially on the computer. Excuse me. So how we got here was that we were watching, was it Queens of R&B? And then Tasha was acting a whole fool. Goodness, excuse me. Give me a moment. I don't know, something's tickling my throat. Shoot. Well, anyways, we was watching the Queens of R&B, SWV, and Xscape. And, you know, so they were trying to promote this tour. And then the whole thing just went crazy. Remember SWV and Xscape, they were kind of going back and forth. SWV wasn't used to all that social media stuff. And then remember Tiny made the comments about we don't wear combat boots on stage. Let me tell you one thing. Back in the 90s, I saw SWV. And that was part of the Coca-Cola tour. And I'm like, oh, I like their music. And they were like, I wouldn't say they were the headliners because it was Belle Biv DeVoe that was actually the headliners. But it was Silk, Shy, SWV, and Belle Biv DeVoe. Who did absolutely the worst was SWV. I promise to goodness. I was like, what? First of all, their outfits looked horrible. It looked like they were some real cheap stuff. What was back then? 5 to 20 store that looked like they had on something from there. They had on some overall jumpers, which was as popular probably when I was in school. I graduated in 90. Then they had like t-shirts underneath it. I mean, it just looked cheap. Now I think, if I'm not mistaken, what is the girl name in there? The one who formed the group. I can't think of her name. The lighter one in the group. She looked pregnant. So they did so horrible. It seems like they were scared. Maybe they hadn't did tours too much, or I don't know, but it was apparent that, I don't know what was going on, but when we're sitting in the audience looking better than the people on the stage, it was a problem. And I think half of the problem was they performed right after Silk. Going to see Silk back in them days was like going to what was a Chippendales or a Magic Mike show, because honey, they put on a show. I mean, I went home, hurried up and tried to go to sleep so I could dream about it again, because they should have been the headliners. Bill Biv DeVoe, they do what they do, but Silk did the thing. This back in 1994, I believe it was, or late 1993. But anyways, so how we got here was Latocha was actually going on a solo venture, and she wouldn't let her group mates know, because they feel like, either as a group we can still do our separate things, but I seems like Tasha to me was trying to sabotage the group. Like, I'm Beyonce and y'all the rest of them, whatever. So it was like, I don't know. So it just seemed like her attitude was real funky or whatever. So then we found out that when that Latocha was like the mom's favorite, the fifth member. Remember the fifth member of Xscape, the mom's favorite, and then Tamika, I guess, felt like she was not heard. So in the scene with Tamika, the mom, and the I think it was Tamika's daughter and the sister Tasha, Tamika brings up the fact that Tasha stole her money. And I mean, that's what got it popping off, because you got the infighting of Xscape. Then you got SWV acting like, to me, divas. I felt like SWV felt like they were better than Xscape. Well, maybe they were used to the 90s. I would say that. I liked Xscape music because I liked all the, the bass and everything. I liked their music, but I liked SWV, but I feel like SWV was more, how can we say, they had the big record company machines behind them. So I felt like SWV was kind of more popular, like music, but it was R&B, but it was still kind of more pop-ish. Whereas Xscape was to me more R&B. But, here it goes. So the infighting with the two groups, because Coco said I sold 30 million records or whatever, but times have changed, and Tiny and Candy had a big social media influence. So they were saying, what happened back in the day ain't today's prices. And plus they had did tours before all this where Xscape headline and SWV opened for them. So that's why they could understand the big thing about it. Then it all depends on whoever the headliner is. That's the one who's going to be footing the bill. So who has the money or whatever. So all that happened or whatever, and it was a big thing. So the biggest part to me was the social media antics, Candy doing her speak on it. So as the show was ending, and there was a big fallout between Tasha Tamika, and then Tasha, blames everything on Candy. So then she was clowning Candy about her voice, which I thought was that's fucked up, y'all. Because most of the songs that were the big hits definitely had Candy's voice on it. And then when they were Xscape 3 and tried to make it, another album, it didn't do so well, even though you might say Candy can't sing or whatever. But back then, like she said on her speak on it, they turned her mic up because you knew it was an Xscape song because you heard her voice. And at that time, the bigger groups that were in, you had TLC, which you had T-Boz. T-Boz kind of had that raspy voice. I would call it like the what is the name of this? Well, I can't even think of the name of the group. I always said it's a white group. I mean, rock and roll group. And I know they sing this, the thunder only happens when it's raining. I can't think, but the lady has a raspy like voice, and so does, T-Boz. So that kind of sound was in at the time. So the issue with them, I guess she felt like she was like, what she say, Candy said, she thinks she Gladys Knight and we the Pips. Because seems like as she was trying to spring for her solo career and give them her ass to kiss, she was trying to like mess up the group so they couldn't do anything. So as you know, so we got all there. And so you got the social media acts. And so Candy did her speak on it. And she basically said in her speak on it, let me get the pictures up here. When she did her speak on it, she was like, she don't never want to sing with her again. You want to talk about me, talk about my voice. And this is the voice that made you millions of dollars. And then you want, she said, I don't never want to sing with you again. So that was how that kind of ended with Candy and her. Here you go. Remember, they was back and forth. I remember this because I think that speak on it had maybe 20,000 people in that darn chat that night. Candy, she went off. So we're going to go back and then I'm going to go on back over here to Instagram and we'll kind of go and move our way forward. But I thought the song she did, which was The Residual, it was I thought it was a good song. I thought, I would love to see them back together, but I don't think I could be as a group member and let her do the things that she did to them, because she did it before on, was it Traces of My Lipstick? When that album came out, she decided she was going solo. So let's hear Candy.
Really corny of her to me. You are trying to clown a person's voice whose voice is leading on half the hits that is your claim to fame. The biggest hit that you've ever been on, which is Just Kicking It, is the voice that you've been clowning or that you're clowning in your video. I'm cool. I can go back and forth with other people about, or I don't even go back and forth with them really, but other people can try to make jokes about my voice or whatever. But me and you are in a group together. We supposed to make money together. We supposed to hit the stage together. You've been hearing my voice all these years. You making money off of it, right? But you on your video trying to make jokes about my voice. The same voice whose has, this is the part that is like really corny than you with your amazing voice that you try to put out there that you have. Like, I've been on other hits that's bigger than you. I mean, and honestly, and I know y'all be trying to say it's an ego thing. I only bring up accomplishments when I have to feel like I'm defending myself. Let's be clear. I've already had a #1 Billboard gospel single. Candy. I'm gonna post up this picture so you can see me, not Xscape. I have had a number one. Stay Prayed Up was number one on the gospel, on Billboard's gospel chart when it came out. Yes, my voice. I've had a number one gospel song. Something that right now is what you are trying to do. Me and my voice that you tried to clown. We are in a group together, sis. I don't clown my group members' voices. I don't sing you with my group members' voices. I don't clown when they mess up. We have plenty of arguments. We fall out all the time. But it's like you is trying to join on the bandwagon of other people and clowning your group member that goes on stage with you and make money with you. How they do that at? You clowning me, you clowning yourself. My group members' voices, I don't clown when they mess up. We have plenty of arguments. We fall out all the time.
Listen, I ain't never had no problem with her singing lead. Go ahead, girl.
That the blow to my chest would come directly from you. He'll Hell no.
Listen, I ain't never had no problem with her.
So y'all remember that, right? Now, one thing Candy did say is on one of her speak on it, or it was one of her Candy lives online, and she said that she doesn't really, at the time, she didn't usually like sing all the time. She said, it's a muscle. So once you, don't really use it as much. And then once people got to clowning her so bad about her voice, she was kind of insecure about her voice at one time. But then, she went on to win the Masked Singer. So shoot, go ahead, shout out to Candy. I think they sing really good harmony. I like her singing. So, to each his own. But evidently that voice that made her a lot of money. We go there. So then from there, we're going to go over and listen to the actual song that she put out. And y'all let me know what you think. Let's see here.
Is this on? Took some time away, I had to sit and face it. Who can I run to? Feels like nobody lately. Reading through them comments, they say you having a baby. I don't know who's lying. Maybe I was blind. And of course I miss my sister, this a crazy feeling. But y'all know family shit be needing time for healing. Even in a marriage, ain't nobody perfect. But we've been split 2 years, and my heart is hurting. Gotta build me up. 30 years just washed away. It took some time, took some years for me to escape this pain. Had to move. Losing everything was rough. Talking family, marriage, my blood. Had to move. Had to give up on love. I gave up on love. Losing my sister was insane. Kicked out of my group and it's insane. Everybody in the media was tearing me down, down, down. I'm only human. Sis, you've got my word. We gon' have some words about the residual. The truth about it, the truth about it, about the residuals. The truth about the residuals.
Okay, so I'm thinking, I really liked it. I liked how she put all those things into play. She talked about how she's supposed to be divorced or separated, possibly, what's his name? Rocky has a baby, had a baby on her or something. I don't know. You know, hearing about it in the blogs or whatever. Because you remember Tasha K at the time of the of everything had his side piece on there, supposedly, allegedly, you know, talking all this stuff about them and whoever else he was fooling around with. So then you had after this, it came out yesterday. So today there was an interview done by on the Ricky Smiley show with the Brat, and the Brat is talking to Tamika, the sister. And so I'm gonna let y'all figure out, like, what y'all think about this. So the sister is talking. So I was wondering, how serious is she about this? So here we go.
Xscape joined Chris Brown's residual challenge, and she absolutely killed it, y'all. I hadn't seen a girl do one yet, and she murdered it. I saw it yesterday in my car on Instagram, and I was like, man, I showed my wife. She killed it. I was so happy because I felt like everything was going great. Well, anyway, she touched on rumors about her husband, Rocky, allegedly having a baby outside their marriage, and revealed that they've been separated for 2 years. Check this out.
Reading through the comments, they say he having a baby. I don't know who's lying. Maybe I was blind. And of course I miss my sister. This a crazy feeling. But y'all know family be needing time for healing.
Oh, wow.
Now, she also addressed the ongoing tension with her sister, Tamika Scott, expressing that she misses her sister, and eventually they will discuss the residuals that have caused them friction. She also shared thoughts about being kicked out of Xscape and calling it insane. Check this out.
Losing my sister was insane. Kicked out of my group and it's insane. Everybody in the media was tearing me down, down, down. I'm only human. Sis, you've got my word. We gon' have some words about the residual.
So y'all, when I heard this, I got goosebumps. Me and my wife was in the car going crazy. I was like, oh my God, everything is finna be worked out. She gonna talk to her sister. They gonna talk about the residuals. Well, y'all, we got Tamika Scott on the phone, and she gonna talk to us about some of the things that are going on. Because I actually called her to make sure it was okay, you know, to talk about this or whatever. So Tamika had a little something to say. So Meatball, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, girl.
What up?
How are you? How are you? So
I'm good.
So tell me what your reaction is to this, because I called you. I was happy. I was like, everything finna be worked out. And you said,
you know what? My sister's voice is undeniable. You know what I mean? I always said that she was my favorite singer. She's gonna always be my favorite singer. She definitely ate vocally.
Yes.
But in real life, you know, I think it's a genius marketing strategy for her new music. It really is. We haven't, talked. She hasn't called me. My number's the same. The address the same. So if this is real, sis, pull up. I'm cooking now. Pull up. Let's do breakfast.
Well, y'all, Latocha Scott from Xscape joined Chris Brown's residuals challenge, and she absolutely killed it, y'all. I hadn't seen a girl do one yet, and she murdered it. I saw it yesterday in my car on Instagram, and I was like, man, I showed my wife. She killed it. I was so happy because I felt like
So Tamika saying, pull up on me. Pull up on me. She said her number hasn't changed. I'm pretty sure she hadn't moved or whatever. But you did the residual challenge, and you're talking about all these things. And you're going to talk about the residuals, that residual income check that you stole allegedly from her. You go to social media, but not to your sister. So is this some kind of publicity stunt? Because you remember during the whole melee of the R&B divas or whatever, and the back and forth on social media, or the Queens of R&B or whatever it was. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. But SWV and Xscape. Remember Rocky and she decided to cook up some kind of bull crap and talk about they talked about Tamika's sex tape, and I guess they were going to try to blackmail her. Remember Rocky, I think he went on to Tasha K's or whatever and said that Todd was messing around with was having an affair with the same sex person or some kind of transgender person, something crazy. Remember all these things he was saying and coming out with and basically insinuating like Tamika had the sex tape for him or some type deal. Remember, and Tamika cleared that up, said no, when she got married, it's an old sex tape she made, and she had her sister to hold on to it because she didn't want it, at the house with her husband or whatever. Well, so evidently, so Rocky had been looking at the sex tape, honey. So after all of that back and forth and things were getting real nasty, and I'm like, oh my God, I hate this for them because a lot of the stuff we don't need to know. And she was putting all this stuff out there, and then so shoot, Tamika dropped the receipts because remember, Tiny Mama was the one who Miss Diane. She told them how to get those checks, and found out that the checks had already been issued, but they had been sent to possibly her sister or whatever, because most people, were thinking that maybe the mama had something to do with it, the fifth member. So it got really, really, really ugly. I mean, I was like, God, I hope they get a season 2. But Candy was like, she would never do another season like that with her, her group members, because it was just terrible for them and all that. So it was, we was getting home all the info. I mean, that tea was piping hot almost every day. It was going out. So the sisters have not spoken, I don't believe, since then. But she does the challenge, and she haven't talked to her sister. The sister said, pull up on me. Come on, eat some breakfast. I'm cooking right now. You don't got to go on social media. You come and talk to me. I'm your sister, so I don't know. I was hoping that we can get a something. So look, this is a little bit of the R&B divas. We'll go here and let you see that.
Jay, dentist.
I was not happy.
Was it people's breaths when you was in those classes? It would be dope if y'all could bring out some horses.
We ain't bringing no horses in the Toyota
Why
Center.
not? Bring no horses. So have we figured out, are we headlining, co-headlining? I just want to know before, we had this full-fledged conversation and everybody's happy-go-lucky, but I need to know.
Tasha, she hasn't been collaborative.
What's her reason?
But from my understanding, she has a gospel deal right now. Where is Tasha?
She's not coming. I hate to say that.
Like, come on. She's Gladys Knight and we the pimps. That's what the is happening right now.
So you remember that, and the way she tried to play them with this whole record deal that she had, and then the record didn't do well. It was I think it said that it sold like 457 units, something crazy. It wasn't 500. Maybe she is at 500 by now, but it didn't do well at all because if you're saying that you're a Christian, I think sometimes you have to act Christian-like. And on the R&B, Queens of R&B, she act like it wasn't very Christian-like. She acted very, I don't know, maybe she acted like some Christian, but she acted a way that seems like she didn't want her group to thrive, and she wanted to put a nail in the coffin, you know, because if I'm not there, y'all can't do y'all thing. And they proved her wrong, because I'm telling you, I got my whole life this past summer. I mean, it was a good concert. I enjoyed it. I mean, I'm up singing and dancing, honey. I love going to concerts. That's me, though. But I had a very good time. I enjoyed every act that I saw. I thought they did very well. So, but do we feel like she took accountability? She says this all in the song. And I don't feel like her and Rocky, because it's only 2025. That was tongue wrestling in 2023. Because what Roe has been off, because it didn't come back on in 2024 at all. It seems like they went all the way almost to the dang on summer of 2023. And she was with Rocky. Because remember, they were out promoting her album. They were out there on the doing a tour. And in the middle of the tour, I think the Funky Dineva said, allegedly, that the bus got repoed and everything else. And remember, Tamika told her, because you going to end up broke back with mama. And because, you know, when Candy left the group, you know, they didn't do so well. Candy and Tamika, Tiny Harris did well. But the two sisters weren't doing that great, you know. And even though most people say, oh, they're the voice of the group, but somehow Tiny and Candy did very well. You know, they got on their, you know, the reality shows. Candy and Tiny were writing music for other people. They knew how to hustle. So that's all that was, you know, was that they're hustling and making their way. Candy was saving her money, you know. So, and Rocky, I'm pretty sure, I would say that she had her blinders on for Rocky. So she probably did whatever he said, probably financially, which probably was to her detriment, because she could have been out here still doing, you know, she could have did her Christian album and still outperforming with them. She didn't have to try to sabotage the group. And remember, she taught in the R&B, Queens of R&B, she told the girl from SWV, Taj, that she had the record deal, because Taj came back and told it to one of the girls. I can't remember. Was it Candy or Tamika? She went back and told them. So after she tried to sabotage the group and her thing was busted, it didn't do well at all. So now I feel like she's trying to crawl her way back to Xscape and try to find somebody. Who can she run to? Who can I run to? I can't sing. Who can she run to? I mean, because she fumbled the bag so bad. Because even when I went to the Xscape concert with the R&B, because remember, they put up the little promotion and everybody thought that was going to be a new season for the Queens of R&B. You know, everybody was like, they were so, and I was watching a lot of YouTubers. So at that time, them YouTubers were like, yes, because we going to make out, I guess everybody did very well on reviewing the show. They said, oh, we all made a lot of money around there. But they did the concert. And we all noticed, you know, Latocha was not in on it. And then remember, Latocha tried to come at them about the name. Turns out, because normally they would trademark the name or something like that. But at the time, I guess they did it as a group, but Candy and Tiny did not go in on it the last time they trademarked the name. So, but it was Tamika, the sisters, the Scott sisters went in, and Tamika said that was her money used for that. Tasha didn't pay, but then Tasha tried to come at them and say, I own half of the name, so this, that, and the other. And they was like, no, but she's in the group, and she got the other half of the name, so we about to still roll out as Xscape. I hate that it ended up this way. I hate that the sisters are not speaking, because I had an issue with my own kids not speaking. That drove me nuts. So I can't imagine how the mama feels about it, And it just seems like Tamika, what she presented on the Ricky Smiley show, that she, she's open to speaking with her. But, all these little things, these little crumbs, they happen. And I feel like if they weren't sisters, I mean, because like Candy stated, Tasha never really wanted to be in the group. She was in another group, and they were like because they're younger than her. So they were like the younger group, but the younger group was getting noticed, in the little talent shows they were doing, instead of the group that Tamika was in. Not Tamika, Tasha. So Tasha decided to join, because they end up getting like a manager or something. And Tasha decided to join the group, their group, and, let the other girls go. But, Tasha always, because the 90s, they weren't caring about, really vocal abilities when it came to solo artists. And, she had to compete with, because she wanted to go solo. But she ain't had a look. She was already the chubby girl. Then, she was the chubby dark girl on top of that. Chubby dark girl that you could tell she wasn't really secure in probably her appearance. I would say that. So the chubby dark girl wasn't getting a chance, because you had Janet Jackson that, was all around doing the Velvet Rope tours and everything else. I think that was in the 90s. It could have been. But anyways, Janet Jackson was big in the 90s. Then you had, who else was big in the 90s? Aaliyah. She was big in the 90s, And we getting the aesthetics of how things that people are looking. And then, who were the other big artists? That was, I can't even remember. But, most of them had some kind of sex appeal. And even Lauryn Hill, who was a darker complexion girl, but Lauryn Hill, she had that sex appeal, and Latasha did not at the time. It's just what it was. So there was a lot of girls that probably could flat out sing, but at that time, videos were popping, and you had to have a look. And for all purposes, Latasha, she blamed Candy for the reason why her solo album didn't go nowhere. She said Jermaine Dupri had something to do with it. And Candy said, I wasn't even over in that record label at the time. I had already went somewhere else. And then do you remember that Tamika even came out at the time, because they weren't even speaking. Tamika had made up that lie that Candy was messing around with Jermaine Dupri's daddy and Jermaine. But remember, they did a reality show when they first got back together and started performing together after many years. I can't remember. Is it called Just Kicking It? I think it was on Bravo. And I think it was maybe like 2017 or something like that. I don't know. And Tamika actually got on stage and apologized. She said, I offended you publicly. I'm going to publicly, apologize. And she did that. Because I didn't watch that until, was it last year when I was getting ready to go to the dang on tour? I said, let me go back here and watch these things. I don't know how I missed it, but I missed it. So All just to say, I wonder if Tamika, I keep calling her Tamika, if Latocha has some kind of project coming out and she's trying to get that, get the public interested in her again. Because, we all dogged her out because what we saw on camera, she made herself look terrible. She made herself look like the biggest bitch in the world and trying to sabotage her group. I'm like, why is she doing this? Real diva, thinking she was Beyonce or she was Diana Ross and they was the Supremes. Because she did it to them before. When Traces of My Lipstick came out, she wouldn't even go out and promote the album because she was wanting to work on her solo deal, and solo deal went nowhere. That's why Xscape with the original members didn't make any more music. Then they got Xscape 3 and they put another member in there and they did what was that called? Memory Lane or something like that. And I like the song personally. I love it. I play the heck out of that, but they did not do well. And why? Because the magic sauce was all four of their voices. We're all used to all of their voices. And just like how Candy said, just like the group 112, Slim's voice, they usually turn the mic up on him because that was the sound of the group. And the sound of the group was Candy's voice. On all of the songs, you always kind of hear the back and forth between Candy and Latocha's voice, especially on Off the Hook. I love that. That's my favorite. I like all the bass on there. I get the bump of that. I love it. So, that's all that to say. What y'all think? How y'all thinking that Tasha's coming across? Is she coming across really feeling bad about what she did, trying to take accountability? Do we really think she's being separated or divorced for 2 years? Because she was not. It might be in a year or something, but it ain't been no 2 years. And did Rocky make a baby on her? I'll know one thing. Watching that program, I just thought, man, this girl letting this man lead her all the way wrong. And how could you be with somebody who would steal your sister's money? Why? Because what the mama say, she may have needed it. Because I think the mama might have knew. I think so. And I'm so glad I'm not one of those parents where I have a daughter and a son, but both of them think I like, I treat the other one different. I'm like, y'all crazy. My daughter, she's 6 years older than my son. So I'm like, she was my little broke best friend for 6 years, and then he's the baby. So he's spoiled. I think both of them are spoiled, They're both spoiled. But I wouldn't do one thing, do something and have the other person sabotage or think, okay, she don't need that money. Because why would you do that? So she said she was going to talk to her about the residuals. Because Tamika said that she had to pay taxes on that money. And the only reason why she never, she never was able to recoup the money because she would have had to press charges against her. But she said it was $30,000 plus. It was multiple checks that Miss Diane showed them how to get. So she got, not only did she get her checks, she went ahead and took her sister's checks. I mean, that's to me a bully. How do you think somebody don't need $30,000? I bet she wish she had it right now. Because I'm not saying she destitute. I don't know what she did with her money or how much money she got. Might got a lot of money. But I know I seen something where she was singing Who Can I Run To in the church. And she was singing it like running to the Lord. I said, oh, Lord. They out there singing Who Can I Run To on the stage. She in front of a church singing Who Can I Run To. I don't know. I think Tasha should have called her sister, let her know, hey, I'm putting out this residual challenge. And before I drop it on social media, let us have a talk. You know, because when it boils down to it, they're family. Let's talk and let's kind of hash out our problems. That's what I would have done. I wouldn't have did my sister that way. I just couldn't imagine doing that to my sister and feel like, okay, it's okay. I'm just going to take her money. I don't know. It just seems a bit much to me. But I think I'm not going to play it, but I'm going to play it, but I'm not going to let the music play because I don't want it to get stricken. But the Xscape concert, it was nice. Like I said, I enjoyed myself thoroughly at the concert. So let me go ahead. We're going to share this tab. Oh, nope. That's not what I want. And as you see it, they had a nice crowd there. We were at the Caesar Stadium here. Let's see. So I'm trying to remember which one of these videos it is. Because I was on TikTok making all kind of goddamn videos. But like I said, I enjoyed it. It was a good concert. I think this one here, I want to make sure that it doesn't play. So that's me and my cousin. And we kind of were the cowgirl, like get up. You know, we didn't get a chance to go and see Beyonce. So we said, let us go and do this. Oh, I ain't even playing it. Let me put it back on here. I'm just talking. So that's me and my cousin. And this is the concert and everything. So, like I said, that's Tiny up there singing. We had a good time. I mean, it was a good time. So, like I say, I wonder what are her intentions. I wish that she would talk to her sister. If she's, cut ties with her husband and she's feeling, lost out on love, because she said it when they get married, 91, 95, 94, 95. I got married in 94, so I don't know when she got married, but I think she could have came to her sister and tried to mend fences first. I would imagine. That's what I would have done, because I wouldn't want to come out with something and not have my sister be a part of it, and then I talked to them, because everybody was waiting, because even Candy, let me go. Candy liked the post that what's it, Neighborhood Talk? Let's see here. One of them. Let me go. It was I think it was Neighborhood Talk somebody. Somebody wrote in the chat, it's diabolical that Candy liked the post, but I thought, oh, but Candy didn't like, I think this is it here. Let me share this one. Let me move this out the way. So if you look at it, so Latocha Scott addresses, neighborhood talk, her beef with her sister Tamika, her separation from her husband Rocky, and her Xscape departure in her residual cover, losing my sister, getting kicked out of the group. It was insane. So you see Candy Burrs, she liked it. So I know when Candy did a speak on it with Tamika, she basically said, that she wished they, can get things together. That, the two sister men, their relationship. But, as far as the group, I don't know if the group members want to be fooling around with Tasha. Because they're making the money. They only got to split it. Because I think they're doing another tour or something here shortly. And they only got to split the money 3 ways, not 4. And they're making good money. Who knows? But that's it. That's all I got. And I just wanted to talk about it so bad because I'm like, oh, that's my group. I love their music in my head. Candy is my little sister, girl. But let me know what you guys think. Chat with me in the comments. Say something. Say hi. Like, share, and subscribe, please. But what y'all think? Do y'all think that she's going to take accountability? Do you think Tamika's going to ever get her $30,000 or $30,000+ back? And being the fact that she had to file taxes, because that's what I've been doing. I do taxes on the side. Oh, my God. I got a lot of tax returns to do down there. And I brought my ass upstairs to be sitting online. I'm like, I don't feel like doing this today. But you had to pay taxes on money that she never got. That would have pissed me off. To let you know, their sister really loves her because she didn't. I would have been ready to turn somebody in. You just ain't gonna just steal my goddamn money. Then try to threaten me with my sex tape like you was gonna expose me and put it out. And evidently, Rocky Grimy Tail was over there watching the video. How you looking at your sister-in-law? Allegedly. I don't know. But I'm hoping that Tamika and Latocha can mend their relationship. I'm hopeful for a 4-part Xscape group. I'm hopeful for some new music. I'm hopeful that they do a reality show. But Candy was like, no. At least do a movie. Do a what do they call it? Biopic. Remember, that's what got them back together in the first place, because they thought or was told that Carlos King was going to do one. And they didn't even get their permission or anything. And that's what started them getting back together to even do the concert. That's what Just Kicking It with Xscape was all about. So who knows? God can do anything. God can have Phaedra out there in the thong speaking in tongues. I'm going to do my own Married to Medicine review. I don't know. I might do it later on this evening. Who knows? Or I might just come back and do it tomorrow. I'm tired. I got all these tax returns down there to look at. And I don't want to. I still got to go get some dinner. So I don't know. Maybe I might do it tomorrow. But let me know what you guys think about it. So who will Latocha run to? She better run to the Lord and pray that her sister and her group members take her back. Or maybe she might have a project in the works, and maybe she'll, I don't know, because the other girls are thriving. Candy right now got, was it Othello out there on Broadway? Denzel Washington is in there. Her and Scott. Her and Todd are the producers. Todd is back. If y'all ever get a chance, go over there and watch, what is it called? Todd and the Glam Squad. They be having real conversations over there. Todd, Candy, and her Glam Squad. I like it. And they're doing amazing things, all of the ladies. So hopefully Tasha can get her life back, where she can be doing amazing things also, like the other ladies, and, be successful in her own right. I don't know why she didn't want to be successful in Xscape. Because girl, I got my whole life watching Versus. I watched that thing probably like 20 times. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. The back and forth between SWV, that's what made it so everybody wanted to see the R&B divas, queens of R&B. I keep messing up that name. Lord have mercy. Whatever it is, y'all know what I'm talking about. Because I think it was 6 episodes. I might have to go back and rewatch it. Because that was good to me. And because we all thought we was gonna get some, get a good Real Housewives of Atlanta, and it just it was not that good. Because remember the cousin Courtney, and I can't wait till Roy come back on. Hopefully it's good. Maybe next season they'll have get some real OGs on there for real. Because I don't know. These new girls on there, I don't know if I'm going to be feeling them like that. Because I didn't like the remark that the one lady called Shamia Flavor Flav. And as me being a chocolate girly my damn self, Shamia don't look like no Flavor Flav. So I really think that it was not a crack, because Shamia, I think it's a very nice looking lady. I think it was a crack about her complexion. And I'm like, when I went to Atlanta, everybody I saw, it was my cousin's party, but shoot, everybody I saw was chocolate. I didn't see a lot of, I'm pretty sure it is. First of all, I'm from Indiana, so you see a lot of white people here. I did not see hardly none. I'm like, dang. I'm like, girl, I didn't see one light-skinned person at your party. What happened? I said, because where I'm from, I'm always the most chocolate one in the group, in the room. This is a color of the past, honey. But I don't know. I hope Roy is good, but I hope, we don't be getting stuck with the colorist thing like they had on Real Housewives of Potomac. So that's my rant on who Latasha's going to run to, honey. She better run to the Lord, then run to the bank and get her sister money back. Because, like them tax returns I got sitting down there, they didn't drop off the money with them. You drop off the money with them, I'll get it done really quick. If it's money ain't with it, I get it done at my leisure. And then, when you pick it up, you pay. But, girl, I ain't about to be sitting there wrecking my brain after I had a long day doing everything else. But that's it. That's all. I thank you guys for your time. Y'all have a blessed evening. Good night.